Well, hello there and welcome back. I hope everyone survived the Thanksgiving Day holiday weekend shopping festivities. I survived because I shopped before the holidays. Well, speaking of the holidays, Linux Mint has given us a terrific holiday gift, actually two gifts. They have given us Linux Mint 17.1 Mate or Mate and 17.1 Cinnamon. For this one, we'll be taking a look at Mate and later on this week a look at Cinnamon. Well, it's no secret that Linux Mint has become one of the most popular Linux-based operating systems on the planet. It's right up there in popularity with Ubuntu. Now, Ubuntu was my first Linux love. I still use Ubuntu. I love using Linux Mint also, and as a Windows dual booter, I really enjoy using both. But let's take a look at the Mate version first. Now, I will not take a look at all of the additions or improvements for the Mate version, but as a Windows user, and by the way, this is supported until 2019. Wonderful. Now, as a Windows user, one thing that caught my eye was the out-of-the-box support for Compiz. Now, it says here Compiz, an advanced compositing window manager, which can do wonders if your hardware supports it. And basically, this is going to give you impressive desktop effects, assuming your PC is capable of doing it. Now, one thing about Compiz, it can do wonders for your desktop in terms of special effects, but in some cases it can disrupt or even break your system. Now, I've had none of that in Linux Mint 17.1. I've been testing this since the release candidate about 3 weeks ago. So far, so good. But I just wanted to let you know that if you are a Windows user, wanted to try this, keep in mind about Compiz may not always work. But so far, so good. Well, this is the default desktop with a few modifications. I changed the wallpaper, of course. You could just right-click. Multitude of choices here. I decided to go with this green here, and as far as theme goes, I like teal. I used to have a car that was this color when I lived in Florida, so I figured why not add a teal theme to the desktop. I moved the panel from the bottom to the top. Now, one of my favorite things about this GNOME 2 type of environment is the ability to right click, add to panel, and you can add little shortcuts or applets as they're called. As you see here, a wide choice. Now, I chose to add the weather applet here, and I have to tell you, of all the weather-based applications I have used for Linux distributions, this is by far the best, most stable weather application I have ever used. It's simple, it just works, it's not fancy, but for weather, do I really need fancy? Nah, I'll just keep this. So it's great that Linux Mint has decided to keep this probably outdated weather application, but hey, it still works. Alright, from the top, the usual time and date, internet. Let's take a look at the sound preferences. Again, very easy. You've probably seen this before if you have used Linux Mint, and if you are coming from a Windows environment, navigating through this should not be an issue. Opera I installed, Kazam Screencaster I used, the weather. Moving along to the left, that was of course Opera. Let's take a look at the file manager. This I believe is using Kaja. Yep, 1.8.2. Again, very easy to use. Icon theme, list, and compact, file, new window, and you can use this to drag files back and forth or copy and paste. Again, very easy. Now, these shortcuts here are not there by default. Now, the way to do this, for an example, you click the wonderful Mint menu, one of the best applications I've seen in any Linux distribution. Now, let's say, for example, I installed Kdenlive. This is what I use to normally edit the videos. I can right-click, add to panel, and I'm doing this because I want to show you something with Kdenlive. I found only one glitch in Linux Mint so far, and that's Kdenlive. But there's a shortcut there, along with the other shortcuts for, Chrome, Opera, Kazam, and so on and so forth. These are the other desktop shortcuts here on the default desktop of my choice. Anyway, Places, System, and you can toggle back and forth between applications and favorites. If you want to go to all, this will give you everything that is installed. I did install the extra graphics drivers, as I call them. So far, so good. It's running pretty smooth. You may have noticed the search bar here at the bottom. One thing about this This will search your computer and the internet for pieces of software. For example, if I wanted to install a music player called Quad Libre, I can install package or search the internet for that. Again, very, very user friendly, so you should definitely check this out if you are new to the world of Linux. Now let's take a look at that Kdenlive. This is the only glitch I've seen. I've never seen this before. Maybe you guys have. It says here no text, and no text, and it's missing a bunch of shortcuts. I can still get this to work if I want to edit this video, but it seems strange. I've added the latest repository, but it's not working. And someone has asked me in the past, why do you dual boot? Well, the quality of some Linux distributions, the performance really is terrific. In some cases, some of my preferred pieces of software will not work for whatever reason, such as Kdenlive, and this is one of the reasons why I still boot into Windows 8.1 in case I need to get something done. It's very, very rare that I have to do that, but in some cases I do it just in case I have to use a piece of application. Now I don't have to edit this video if I don't really want to, but I just want to let you guys know that if you are new to the world of Linux, this may be one of the reasons why you may want to keep your Windows operating system. But so far, besides that, Linux Mint 17.1 Mate it's stellar mint. I love it. Check it out. Alright, I will have all the links below in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please don't forget to subscribe and support. And guess what? As always, I will catch all of you sometime in the future.